lack of communication, this constant stream of arguments, bickering, problems, obstacles, sexual blocks with their partner. What the fuck is going on?
That's a very good way to put it. Okay, well, I can say many things, but the first thing that comes is that things are changing. And first of all, we have to change as women. I mean, we have to really, really look inside of us and really reevaluate and reassess and rebirth everything that has to do with what is feminine and what is masculine. And also come really in connection to your sacred feminine and your sacred masculine. And
what's that?
Okay, all right. I'll give you an example. We can do things, whatever we put our minds to it, we can do it. And we can do it and be very good at it, okay? And we have a lot of masculinity, being women. But the sacredness of being masculine has to do with vulnerability, okay? And the sacredness of being feminine also has to do with vulnerability. Really, really transforming the sword, okay, into really being a peacemaker, but really, really assuming who you truly are, connecting, being powerful and being vulnerable at the same time. But to do this, of course, you need to work on yourself, okay? We have a lot of things, shit, that we come with, okay? And also, we have a lot of burdens and a lot of issues from our family and from our generations, not to talk about the past lifetimes, if one believes, okay, that they exist. So it's very important to work on yourself and really balance all of the softness, all of the beauty, all of the wetness, all of the vulnerability, all of the connection that we have as women, relating to pain, understanding pain, okay? All of this natural essence that we have as being a nurturer, being someone who holds and protects. So working with yourself, you can change the way that you protect, change the way that you relate, being a woman, not being a mother, okay? I'm saying this because in our relationships, most of the times we protect, we are mothers. So that instantly creates an imbalance, okay?
Why do we mother our partner?
The mother issue is very important. Our connection to our mother, our connection to someone superior. So us women, when we are superior, the man relates to us through that, okay? So either he is on top, all right, and he becomes abusive, maybe, most of the times, but other times he is inferior, and you see his life being transformed into these terms. I mean, he suddenly he doesn't have a lot of work. Suddenly he can't. He doesn't have friends. He isolates himself. So then it's like what happens is the imbalance shows that he becomes a child. So you become the mother. So then, I mean...
So is it the man who turns us into his mother, or do we turn into the man's mother?
I believe that the game is...
Equal.
Equal.
Does the man turn into our father as well?
Yes, for sure. It's like, it's the game. I mean, but it's not on equal terms. I mean, it's not man and woman. There's no equality. There's no, like, really, seeing yourself as you see yourself as an adolescent, actually, and as a child. You don't see yourself as a grown-up.
when
with
this happens.
responsibilities. Yes, yes, and the man and the woman.
And when you start noticing that this is happening, which I'm sure lots of people do in their own ways, what do you do about it? Do you
Well-
end the relationship, or do you transform it somehow?
Well, ending is the most easy thing to do, but we're not here on Gaia to do easy things, as most of us have realized. So, of course, you could end the relationship. I mean, ending the relationship has to do with when someone does not honor you, when someone is very, very abusive to you. Of course, many relationships continue, okay? Then, as I said, you have to work on yourself to see why you're in this relationship. But what you can do, number one, is talk. You just simply talk. And maybe this sounds a bit stupid, but it's not, because we're not used to really talking to each other. Really saying, like after a fight, you know what, I was really pissed off with what happened, okay? And I didn't like what you said and that, but you know what? I'm really angry at some other person, or, you know, I realized that when I was little, that happened also. Or, I mean, that's so important to just sit down and talk, and that helps you distinguish, really separate what has to do with your lover, your spouse, okay, your partner, and what has to do with you. And the only way is to just sit down and also really have a clear and a positive intention to say, I want this to work, come on. And just feel free to just talk about your feelings and really see what connects you.
A lot of men hate talking.
Oh, yes, I know, yeah. It's important to really see how they can listen to you and go into their vulnerability, because that is their vulnerability. So if you really love a person, you can, I mean, us women, I know myself. I mean, when there's an issue, I want it to be, done with now. I want to talk about it now. Maybe it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't matter. We need to talk now, okay? In the past, I did that. Now, if the other person is like that, I'm like, oh, good, okay, great, let's talk about it now. But if the other person isn't like that, I respect that. Okay, and I say, I talk about how I feel. I say, you know what, it's important to me, as you know me, to talk about things. But I understand, all right, you can have your time, I'm here. So when the person really feels that you're expressing your love and you understand his or her ways, well, they find ways. They connect. Of course, men and women are different. They are. And we have to accept that, both of us. That's why it's so important to come together and to start talking